Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation continues from Asa Mahalla Panjwa, the 47th Sabad in this rag, and composition of the 5th Nanak, Guru Arjan. The recitation. Amrit Naam Tumhara Thakur, eo maharas janhe piyo, janam janam chuke pੈ pare, durat binasyo param biyo, darshan pekath मैं जियो, सुनकर बचन तुम्हारे सतगुर, मन तन मेरा ठार थियो। तुमरी कृपा ते भयो साध संग, एह काज तुम्हें आप कियो, दृढ़ कर चरण गए प्रभ तुम्हारे, सहजे बिखया पई कियो। सुख निधान नाम प्रभ तुमरा, एहो अबनासी मंत्र लियो, कर कृपा मोहि सतगुर दीना, ताप संताप मेरा बैर गियो। तन सो मानस देही पाई, जित प्रभ अपने मेल लियो, तन सकल जुग साध संग कीर्तन गाइया, नानक नाम आधार हियो। दर्शन पेखत मैं जियो, सुनकर बचन तुम्हारे सतगुर, मन तन मेरा ठार थियो। I came alive when I experienced Guru wisdom. Darshan pekhat मैं जियो. Darshan, vision, philosophy, teachings. Darshan pekhat मैं जियो. Pekhat, to see, to perceive, to look at something worth seeing. Darshan pekhat, when I experienced or perceived and looked at Guru wisdom, that's the implication. मैं जियो, I came alive. So the implication here is that in some fundamental sense, we are not fully alive. And herein is the objective, according to Gurmat, is to become fully alive. And we shall see how that is. सुनकर बचन तुम्हारे सतगुर, मन तन मेरा ठार थियो. ठार थियो, to become cold, tranquil. The mind's inner chatter is tranquilized. How? Sunkar bachan tumhare, by listening to your teachings, by paying attention to your teachings. My mind and body experienced peace and tranquility. And when that happens, the mind comes alive. It revives. This is a sort of rebirth. So coming alive in Gurmat implies, in fact, a rebirth, janam padarth. This is the death of the ego and the birth of the transcendent mind that we call hukam or naam. So in other words, ego consciousness is being stretched beyond itself, and then it gains a cosmic perspective. It is enlarged. The old structure comes down through Naam. And that is what this Shabad is all about. Let's investigate it further. The Guru says, Amrit Naam Tumhara Thakur, Thakur, owner, master, the overlord, here referring to the creator. So, your name, Amrit Naam Tumhara, yours. Your name is Amrit. Amrit literally means immortal. It defies death. It's death-defying. So, the Guru says, Amrit Naam Tumhara Thakur. So another way of putting this is, your wisdom is eternal. Ehe maharas janhe piyo. Jane, those who are slaves to you, devoted to you. And here the reference is to the Guru himself, to the author himself, because in the Rahao he's talking in first person. He's saying, Darshan pekar majiyo. So, E maharas janhe piyo. This slave, he's saying, I, your devotee slave, have drunk from the nectar of wisdom. E maharas janhe piyo. Then what happened to me? Janam janam chuke pe pare. Janam janam chuke pe pare. Chukana means to avoid, to escape. So what did he escape? Janam janam chuke. Repeated births. Pare. They were a burden. So the burden of repeated births were avoided, were escaped. How? Durat binasyo. Ego consciousness. Durat is duality. I lost my ego sense. Durat binasyo. Paramathi bio. Parama bio. Bio is to destroy. Param is delusion. So the Guru says, I lost my ego sense, and with it, I lost the delusion of duality, because the ego is indeed the center of duality, because it is a false conceptual psychological structure, and from it arises the sense of duality, meaning there is the subject I, and all else is objective. You need this duality in order to communicate. But Gurmat tells us that this subject-object bifurcation is, at bottom, a delusion. And like all delusions, it confuses the unreal for the real. And Naam, or self-knowledge, is the only antidote to this delusion. So the Guru says, when Amrit Naam Tumhara Thakur e maharas janhe piyo, when I absorbed this, your essence, I was able to dismantle the structure of my ego. So you see, you need Naam, you need knowledge, you need to know how to dismantle the ego. Because it's not taught in universities or schools or whatever. You need Guru wisdom to understand how to dismantle the structure, the psychological structure, because this is the barrier to the self, to the Thakur. And remember, we want to get to that state, that transcendent state, that consciousness, that cosmic perspective. We talked about stretching ego consciousness, and you need Naam, self-knowledge, that comes from the enlightener, as we shall see. The Guru goes on to say, Tumri kripate bhayo sad sang, eh kaaj tumhe aap kiyo. Drid kar charan gahe prab tumhare, sehje bikhya bhai kiyo. So tumri kripate bhayo sad sang. So through your mercy, I've found congregation with the perfection within me. Sadhasang. Sadhasang is used both for a congregation that is external, where you come together in congregation with evolved individuals. And it is also used for an inner congregation, the perfection that resides within us that we have to perceive and join with. That is an act of mercy. That is something that requires an act of mercy because the ego itself cannot do it. It can't overcome itself without the mercy of the self. The self has to pull it in. So, tumhari kripate bhayo sadhasam. So that congregation with perfection, both outside and inside, was accomplished by your grace. Eh kaaj tumhe aap kiyo. Tumhe aap kiyo. You. Indirectly, it is really a pointer to us, because the self is within and is motivating us to do this. It's a very fascinating loop, because we are a loop, you see. So what did I do consciously? Drid kar charan gahe. With determination and resolve, I delved deep into Guru wisdom. Drid kar, resolute. Charan gahe. Charan means feet. Gahe is to examine deeply. It's like mining, going deep within. Drid kar charan gahe prab tumhare. Prab is an attribute of the self. It means wisdom. So the Guru says, with great determination and resolve, I delved deep into Guru wisdom. And Guru wisdom enabled me to dismantle my egoic structure with natural ease. Sahje bikhya bhaikhiyo. So therefore, you see, there is a continuum here that we detect between Guru wisdom and the self itself. At the end of the day, they are the same. You first approach it as knowledge, the mind absorbs it, and then you experience it. It becomes a part of your life. It becomes second nature, sahaj subhaye. Sukh nidhan naam tumhara. He goes on to describe. Sukh nidhan naam tumhara. Your name, the knowledge, the noetic self is the treasure house of well-being and comfort. Eh avinasi mantra liyo, this imperishable principle of knowledge, I consumed, I absorbed. How? Kari kripa mohe satguru dina. You gave me access, you graced me with the Satgur. The Satgur is really that imperishable principle of knowledge that is woven into the structure of the universe, so therefore into us as well. So we are graced, we find it. And when you find that imperishable principle of knowledge, it leads you to self-knowledge. And it resolves your inner conflicts. Tapa santapa mera bhair gayo. And it leads you to your essence. Naam tumhara. So you see the process here. You begin with the Satgur that carries you across. And in conclusion, the Guru says, Tan so manas dehi pai jit prab apne mel liyo. We are blessed for having been given this body. This body is a gift. It was given to us. And we are blessed for having it because it is a bridge to the Prab self. Jit Prab apne mel liyo. that union is going to happen within this body. But unfortunately, we've come to look at the body with a rather disdainfully. We think the body is the source of our troubles. Actually, it's the ego, not the body. So, tan so manas dehi pai. Having this human body as an instrument is a blessing. And it is a blessing to have sadh sang. Tan so kali yuga sadh sang. In this age of Kali, in this age of darkness, we are blessed, the Guru says, that we have sadh sang, the company of the Guru. We have kirtan, kirtan gai. We have the singing of praise, by which we develop virtue. Nanak Naam Adhar Hiyo. And most of all, we have self-knowledge as our support. So we are blessed to have a body in this age of darkness, because we can, through kirtan, through satsang, and with the Naam as our support, make that connection, acquire that cosmic perspective. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.